Hello, everybody, in our EDMA 637 Pine City, Hinkley, Finlayson, St. Mary's cohort. We are jumping into week 5 today and excited to kind of get to what I think are some really, really positive classroom benefit assignments that you can take and apply directly to your work. Obviously, we are finishing up the school year right now, and I applaud you for your work in the classroom. But we are now, probably thinking about assignments that we can use next year in our classroom, and I think that's really, really important. Um, the purpose going forward from this point on is to really anything that we're doing, really process how can I make this better benefit my teaching. I think so many times in education we pick something that's trendy, that's we should do it just because, and it doesn't really fit who we are or what works best in our room. So everything we do from now on, the very first priority is just make sure that it's stuff that you feel like that will benefit you and your students. Okay, so nothing silly, nothing fake, nothing anything. Things that can directly benefit you. So as you put together assessment 6, which is our hyperdoc, everything you put in there, make sure it's something that really you think your students can identify with, that works well for you in assessment. Um, and it really fits kind of what's most important to you. So I'm going to back down just a little bit, expectation wise, uh, in the next 2 weeks, because I want you to just focus in on developing this last assessment 6 piece and kind of see where that's going to go. Um, one thing, just a little slight change. I believe in the original grading sheet, assessment 6 was due on June 16th. We are going to push that back because we actually have an extra week in here, and push it to June 23rd. So some of you have already shared a few things with me to look at, which, by the way, if you want to send me something prior to the due date, that's perfectly acceptable. And I would look forward to that if you guys want to share things from classmate to classmate and take a look at some things and kind of refer back to the rubrics that I've presented. That's a good way for you guys to work on that. So let's take some time on this. And again, as you start to create this, really work on what's most important in your subject area, your grade level, and your needs. Um, One thing I want to make sure that you see is one thing, your websites. Um, Thank you for your websites. I know that many of you are working through some of those things, and obviously I've asked you to add a few things to them. And when you add things to your website or to anything you deliver to a home or to a student, think about a couple things. One, what does the student need? Secondly, what is the resource that parents need to support their students? And then third, how does this apply to making your job a little bit easier? And I know making a website is, or whatever you use, is work for you, but I want you to think of the end goal, which is to make your job a little bit easier. So um, I know that some of you added your blog to your website. That's awesome. I think the YouTube playlists are a great resource to put on your website. For those of you that are doing Seesaw, let the link to Seesaw be part of your website. And then the hyperdocs that we're creating, make those part of your website as well. The one thing that'll be different there is you'll make those a view-only piece, which means parents can only see them, and they can't do them like you would if you were delivering them through Google Classroom. But at least then they can see the work that you're doing. One other thing, and I did this spring with my students, is I actually made a Flipgrid for parents, and I sent that link out via the website and also via email. And the Flipgrid link just gave parents a voice place to see some of the things, or to share some of the things that they're challenged by, and also some celebrations. And it made it kind of a neat place for them to speak. It also, we have a high Hispanic population here, and so it gave this kind of crossover where some of our Hispanic parents could speak as well in their native language. And then I had somebody help me with some of that processing too. So they had some fun with that. Not everybody likes to do that kind of stuff, but it was interesting to see the ones that did. Um, Okay, for this week, you're going to get two things delivered in Google Classroom. You'll get the slides, which obviously you're looking at right now, and then secondly, you're going to get one hyperdoc. That's the only two things you'll get delivered to you this week, and you're going to do all of your work in the hyperdoc. So as you can see, um, when you open up this, it's actually the game plan for this week. When you open it up, you're going to see some imagery, you're going to see some links, you're going to see some video resources. Um, you're going to see kind of how to return things, and you'll just see what the inner workings of a hyperdoc is. This is not a perfect hyperdoc; it's just one that we use for the class, but it gives you an idea of seeing how you can click a resource and then complete an assignment, or click, watch a video and then kind of work through some other things. So if you think of it from a student perspective, sitting at home, or a parent perspective, trying to support their students, this is kind of giving you the tool to do the research and then putting it out as this is how you're going to complete the work. Okay, so it's the only thing you're going to see in Google Classroom, and when you're done, you'll just turn that in like you normally do. To wrap things up, again, I just want to applaud you for your professionalism. I always think about what it would be like to be a parent of a student in one of your classrooms, and to see how you guys do what you do and the professionalism you carry in this course. I obviously believe that that's carrying over into your classroom. So thank you for being the educators that you are, and keep doing that. Keep doing that. Make it your passion. Obviously, that's a huge key. We threw around the word vocation here in our community this spring, and vocation just means you do something because you have a passion, and it's not a job; it's a passion. So hopefully that's something that you think about, and you guys are obviously very, very highly skilled in what you're doing. So keep up the good work. Um, I know you guys have wrapped up your school year, I think now, and you should be kind of thinking summer mode. And the only thing you're probably trying to get away from is gnats and rain. So good luck to you. We got 2.5 weeks left, and then we're done with this. One quick reminder: I am out of town this week. But I am available via email if you need anything. So let me know how I can support you. And again, thank you for your work. Take care.